Darth Sidious, the Sith Lord who fulfilled the prophecy, easily ranking himself among the top 3, maybe 2 Sith Lords of all time because of this accomplishment. But let's crack into this like the smoothest snake in galactic history. This isn't just about a bad guy who liked his lightning fingers. Sidious is the embodiment of corruption, ambition, and just cold psychological mastery. Now, first of all, Sidious is a master of duality. Publicly, he was this calm, even charming senator. He was approachable, he seemed reasonable, and even fatherly. And psychologically, this mask allowed him to blend into the very system that he wanted to destroy. His greatest trick wasn't his force lightning, it was convincing the galaxy that he was harmless until it was way too late. This is the mark of a high-functioning sociopath. Total comfort in manipulation and deception without any trace of guilt or empathy. Now, of course, he's powered by narcissism. He didn't just want power, he wanted ultimate power. Not just ruling the Republic, but shaping it into an empire. His personal empire. Now, that is classic malignant narcissism. This sense of destiny, an obsession with control, and the belief that others exist only as tools or pawns. To him, even his apprentice like Maul, Tyrannus, or Vader were simply disposable pieces. His own loyalty was to his own survival and supremacy. Interestingly, not to the Sith doctrine in any way. He completely broke a lot of the rules, but we give him a pass because he was able to fulfill Bane's initial plan. He did it, he executed it, so he gets that trophy. Sidious was also a master of using fear. Like, he exploited fear it's like the psychology of fear. He understood it better than anyone else. He literally weaponized an entire galaxy's anxieties, war, corruption, instability, and he turned this into the reasons to give him more power. And on a personal level, he did the same thing with Anakin. Brilliant, isolating him, feeding into his insecurities, and offering false solutions. This is textbook abusive manipulation. You groom the victim until they can't tell where their own thoughts end and yours actually begin. Now, there's a level of control. Like, he is a hedonist for this control. That's the dark truth about Sidious. He enjoyed the game. He wasn't a villain in the typical sense that we see villains who are suffering under their own madness. He relished in every moment of this deception, every betrayal, every lightning strike. His pleasure was in the domination. That's what makes him uniquely terrifying. He wasn't desperate. He wasn't broken. That's just pure psychopathy is what he had going on. He was filled by this evil. Cruelty without remorse, masked with this charm. Now, from a philosophical standpoint, he represented the Sith worldwide, distilled into its purest form. The galaxy is a zero-sum game. You either dominate or you're dominated. Love equals weakness, trust a liability, peace is an illusion. His psyche was built on that conflict, that only conflict produces strength, and only through absolute will can someone seize true power. And that's why he laughed as he died. Even in failure, he believed in the inevitability of the Sith philosophy. Now, Sidious, like I said, wasn't just evil. He was the perfect storm of narcissism, psychopathy, and manipulative genius at levels I don't think I've seen before. He didn't just fight the Jedi, he dismantled their very philosophy. He outplayed entire governments and seduced the chosen one himself. He completely just ran through Anakin like he was nothing. His mind was his truest weapon. The lightsaber and the lightning, yeah, that was just for effects so you could have some good movie scenes. But this guy was like 10, 20 steps ahead of everyone all the time. He plotted for everything. He knew every contingency. And we saw him unfold his master plan. That didn't include hanging on to your reign for long. That's a long time of Sith planning for it to come to this. But we see that he did lay the groundwork for the future of the Sith to continue.